Rovers make a second signing within 24 hours, and this one actually was the first. Who am I talking about? I'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. Let's talk about Blackburn Rovers' latest transfer edition. In fact, this one should have come before the last one. That's right. Who am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you all about it in a second. Because if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, Championship, World Football. We're going to all here under one rooski. That's right. We've been complaining, moaning. Blackburn Rovers taking their time on transfers, but guess what? We've made two in the space of 24 hours. We already know about Adam Forshaw. Who's the other one? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Big shout out to the members. Big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. But let's take a look at the new signing. He is a defensive recruit, and he's somebody John Eustace knows very, very well. It is Dion Sanderson. Welcome to the club, brother. Of course, he's here, and let's take a look about him. He's actually had a pretty miserable time over at Birmingham, of course. He is only 25 years of age. He has arrived on loan. It's a done deal. None of this rumour shit. It come out of nowhere. And of course, he is going to be with us until the end of the season, and who knows, maybe more. He's a centre-back by trade, a cool 188 centimetres tall, plays with the right foot and can play at right back. His games for the season have been pretty minimal, and we'll take a look at his stats in a second. He's been using the Football League Trophy and the FA Cup, which means he's cup-tied already. Not been in the picture for Chris Davies. But who is he? What's he all about? Well, here is his numbers. Now, I have, because there was limited data for him this season, I have pulled up his unfortunate relegation data for Birmingham last season. And I know people are going to moan, oh, why are we buying relegation players or, you know, over-aged players or something? Let's be honest with you here, guys. This is a stellar, nobody knew it was coming signing. Is it an area of strength or concern or something? No. But if you read between the lines, and I'm going to read between the lines now, some of the comments made after the FA Cup game against Middlesbrough, which we won, no bragging. It looks like Carl McFadden could be off. It looks like he could be off, which means this would be a replacement for him. And then I guess we're still looking for cover on the left-hand side. So yeah, that's my takeaway. I believe there is talk and movement about this, but you know what, he's a good age, and let's take a look at his numbers. So it's a good bit of business. It's somebody Eustace knows where, and he trusts him. He did play a whopping 37 times over the course of the season last season. I know it wasn't great. They started off great with Eustace, then it went to Mowbray, then it went to Gary Rowett, and then of course ultimately it ended up in relegation. He only scored the one goal though in those 37 games. That one goal was a headed goal, so he knows where the back of the net is with his noggin. He did have 10 clean sheets when playing in those 36-7 games, so that's pretty dang good. Of course, he had one red card, but it's always an area of concern for centre-backs. So this was his heat map. You can see he's a right-sided centre-back, bossing the territory there, doesn't like to go forward that much, but definitely right-footed, as you can see from the graphic down below. Look at his career. His career has spanned a few years, and he's played around about 250-odd games. 182 of those games have been at centre-back. 6 of those have contributed with goals. 6 goals occurred, 4 assists. He can play at right-back and right-mid, if you want to risk it for a biscuit. Also left back as well. He's played there one time. I wouldn't want to play him there, but because he is right-footed, probably desperate times. Of course, stick a defender in the back there if you need be. But I would like to know what will the result of that left back game. That's of course over his career. And his career has spanned a few clubs. He was at Wolves. He's definitely a Midlands kind of player. Birmingham, Wolves, of course. He's also been at Sunderland and QPR, and as well as Cardiff as well, which is 104 games in the Championship. He knows what he's doing. Unfortunately, he didn't get a rub of the green under the new coach for whatever it is, but he is, and I'm not going to lie to you here, when Birmingham signed this guy last year, or whenever it was, I think it was maybe a couple of years ago, I was a little envious. I thought, that's a good signing. That's a solid signing, good guy at the back. It might not have worked out for him at Birmingham, so, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And again, it's a chance for him, just like it was going to be a chance for Lewis Baker to audition for a permanent move to the club. If he comes in here, gets a couple of games under his wings, plays it right back in the absentees of a Britain or perhaps, and shines, or at the centre back and shines, we could be on for something here, because I do like his size. I think he's a good, got a good frame. Definitely younger than what we have. So definitely there's something in here. And I think we've got ourselves a bit of a bargain. Again, low maintenance, low brow kind of deal under the radar. I don't know what he's on. But he might be on a bit of money. He might be on a bit of money. But the deals of Forshaw and Sanderson come out of nowhere, and they've taken care of gaps in the field that we had that kind of come out of the blue. I think the McFadzean thing is bubbling, and that's probably going to happen very, very soon. The Forshaw thing coming in for Baker, that was also a deal that kind of come out of nowhere. So, they've acted quickly. They put band-aids on the problems, and then now we can focus on those necessary areas, the wingers, the forwards, and hopefully they'll make moves on those pretty quickly. But as for this guy, his value once peaked at around about £4 million, as you see. That was by Wolves. I think his career, we'll have a look at his career probably in a minute. But peaked there. It's kind of gone on a downward spiral since then. So it's a shame because I think I think we haven't seen the best of Dion Sanderson, and hopefully the best is in the blue and white halves. I am comparing him to our current centre-back / right-back, and that is Hayden Carter, who's on the physio table. Try to get himself back into full fitness. So let's take a look at that. And this is, when I do these comparisons, they don't get much better than this. They do not much get better than this. What do I mean by that? Look at this. Look at these two. They are the same age. And their birthdays are fucking 2 days apart. The same height. It's like he's a clone. He's a bloody clone of them. Plays the same positions. It's absolutely bonkers. They're like twins. I tell you that now. They are valued the same. Everything is the bloody same. Just 2 days. He's 2 days older than Hayden Carter. Madness. So yeah, you get what you get. You get what you get here. He is Hayden Carter 2.0. And again, I think their best years are still ahead of them. I really do. Let's take a look then at the. I did have this memorized. I think Hayden Carter is the blue. I think he's the blue. So what you get with that, Hayden Carter still does have the majority of attributes on Dion Sanderson, but they're only just marginal. Look at that. The defending is 68 to 67. The attackingness is 35 to 33. But Sanderson does have him better at tackling, 56 to 54, and that is, of course, a key attribute. Technique also very similar. Creativity also very, very similar as well. But it's a good player. You get him on a loan, good age, good etc. And there's of course we want better than what we. Of course we do. Yeah, but this is a good. When Hayden Carter is fit and raring to go, he plays. He does play, and that means Dion Sanderson could play. He could come straight in here. And take over from Dom Heim or Danny Bart or even Callum Britton. Not that we want to use him as a centre back, but he's definitely as a right back. Sorry. Take a look at their valuations. Of course, both have been on. They're comparable right now. 2.5. Of course, Dion Sanderson was much highly rated. And if we take a look at the games, then look at the games. It is pretty carbon copied. Again, he is a couple of days older, but he's got 20-some games more because Hayden Carter has been a little bit injury prone. But what is apparel or the key takeaway from this? 2 days older. He's played 20 more games more than Carter, chipped in with more goals as well, similar amount of assists. So I know Carter has chipped in with more goals throughout his career, but he did have a good crack in League One, and of course we are taking some youth competitions into perspective. But all in all, this is a no nonsense deal, and I don't think anybody should be moaning about this. I think it's a stellar deal. Loan. We got Forshaw in on a free, no loan. Baker's gone. That was a loan. So this is another loan. So we might have a couple of more spots left. It's not an exciting one. It's not a goal scorer. It's not a wizard. It's not one of those, it's not Italian or a Spanish guy that can really, flair player. I think we've got a couple of those right now. But this is a no nonsense deal that fills a gap, adds a bit of extra cover, and it gives me a sigh of relief when I look at the bench. I don't get me wrong, Carl McFadzean kind of give me when he can play, but he is a little leggy, and he might be looking for a bit more regular time, which I think he'll probably get in League One or League Two if that's where he's going. It will be a shame if McFadzean goes. It'll be I know he probably wants game time, but I think if we can keep him, he definitely is a voice. He can be a shithouse merchant if we need it, and he's done enough to warrant his place in the squad. But play wise, I think I might give it to Sanderson, to be fair. Anyway, that's my take. What do you think about our latest deal? Will we get some more deals? Of course, we'll keep an eye on that over the next couple of days. I'm going to be on the road as well. The Rovers news might trickle down a little bit, but it's going to be manic no matter what. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. But until then, we are done.